the solicitor for West Elizabeth to examine the agreement that we have between Union Township and West Elizabeth on enforcing the collection of bills and delinquencies that we have. Now, I just brought the copy up, and Mary Ann has already received it, of the bills that are currently owed for this last month, and we're at $16,226. That's just the ones that are more than $500 overdue. Now, when the solicitor examined the agreement he had between Union Township and West Elizabeth, he finds that there is no enforcement. In fact, we reviewed his notes from that particular meeting, and he claims Union Township absolutely turned down West Elizabeth trying to collect any of these delinquencies that we have in Union Township. All we can do is report them to you, and it's your responsibility to collect them. Now, I don't care if you want to do it by just putting a lien on the properties, but we have some people here over six.
That's what we're doing, we're putting liens on the property.
Yeah, well, that's obviously not working since we're up to 16,000 again already. There is an enforcement method, Dennis, and you know it because we have an agreement.
But what you normally do is you file a lien against the property. The time you collect that lien is the time that property is sold.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay?
How long do you think that should wait? 10 years? 20 years?
The problem is, years ago I became solicitor for another authority. They decided to have their soliciting go through and execute on the lien. By the time they went through sheriff's sales and all that, it cost them more for to execute on the lien than the value of the lien itself.
Yeah, that's why I checked with the
Saying you gotta
solicitor
be
what the
careful.
average cost of collecting a lien would be, and it's substantially less than 2 at least of the bills that we have.
I mean, I don't know what liens do we have that are substantial. I know
We have 2 substantial bills on there. There's 3 other that are $500, and the other ones are underneath the threshold, so that the board had voted on back in 20.
I know, I think you were in touch with the office, in my office about it. Was that you?
I sent you over your office, the
So-
current list, I think 3 days ago, and there was 2 substantial ones. And
How much are the substantials?
one was pretty high. One was-
5,000 and 7,000.
Yeah.
Those
And
are
then the
fairly
other one-
substantial.
And then there was a $500-something one, and then there was some $200 and $300 ones.
Right, she does files liens on the property. 'Cause I know
The
you
other
guys
ones,
do on that.
although there's a large number there, the other ones, there's multiple ones that are $150 in the arrears, $200 and something dollars.
You don't need those because the procedures, you normally lien them if it's $500 or more. Because it makes things.
All irrelevant to my asking the question.
We did leave.
What are we supposed to do to try and collect them? We have one who has never once paid a sewage bill. Not in the 8 years or whatever, 8, 9 years or whatever that it exists. And he has no intention, as told everybody, he has no intentions of ever paying. He says as long as he stays in the house, ain't nobody collecting that thing. And he has no intentions of leaving. So what do you want to do to try and enforce it? We do have another enforcement method that's available.
Yeah, that's what I said, that's why I looked at that.
So we'll set the war off and ask, but again, just so you're aware of it, possibly you don't execute on liens. You normally, just for the record, because I've seen it, you normally don't execute on liens, you normally wait. But with asking, we'll do the process of shutting down.
And we had started looking into the process for that, of which I had found the rules and regs for WESA of 2016, which authorized them to shut the water off.
There's
So-
also-
Only with your authorization. Or do we have the authorization to do it? Send us a letter.
Okay.
That's what it says, that's right, it does say that in the rules.
It says that in the event West Elizabeth sanitary authorities followed all required procedures to collect such debt and issued the required notifications to its effect, WESA may proceed to shut off the water service of the parties. and
All
charge
we're
any and all
waiting for is
fees.
authorization.
Okay, because it doesn't say that in there, it just says you're authorized already by this rules and regs. The water shut off agreement includes in the docket of you guys are our utility provider. So,
I'm just trying to think, but it does say that the WESA is authorized to shut them off.
so you're
you want a
already
letter from us?
authorized by.
All we
the
need is a
regs.
letter from you and we can call the water authority and have it turned off.
Well, wouldn't this already give them the authority stating if they followed all of these procedures, they already have the authority based on the.
It says that in there, but he
Yeah, it
wants,
already says it in there.
so So, but he wants a letter from us to say shut it off.
That's right.
Even though the rules say, it doesn't say that, you
How
want,
do we know if they followed all the procedures?
well, we send a letter saying, please shut off the water for whatever, and you're to follow all the procedures, if you don't. I'll dictate a letter tomorrow to Diana, and she can send that letter.
Yeah, so it was,
Yeah, that's all
But in
it
terms
is.
of- in terms of-
WESA already had the ability to do so, it wasn't from the letter of the town, but WESA already had the authority to do so.
But to execute on a lien, keep in mind, it's an awful expensive procedure. Doesn't happen, doesn't cost you $50, it costs thousands of dollars for the sheriff's office. You understand that?
Oh, I know. Believe me, I've done contractors' liens on houses. I know exactly how the process
But we
works.
had kept up every quarter, Nancy at his office has kept up with the, updated liens.
We go
Now,
through
just
the process.
going, why we want this is because as you look in the concluding paragraph of the letter that you were delivered by the solicitor for West Elizabeth, in conclusion, it's my opinion that WESA has no duty or obligation under the agreement of 2015 to initiate and pursue unions' delinquent accounts.
But
We don't
we
file
proceeded.
liens, you guys file liens.
But we've been doing that.
Yeah,
We've been doing that.
we don't turn off water. You guys have to
It
authorize us
doesn't
to
say
turn off
that,
water.
it doesn't say that in this letter,
That's not
but
what
in
it
the
says.
two thousand
It says
sixteen
delinquent
agreement,
account.
it says WESA has the authority to shut it off.
But for the record, we do file liens. It's done every quarter, I believe.
Fine.
Okay?
All we want is the authorization to take it to the next step.
You
I
have
can give
it.
you a copy of this,
Yeah,
rules and
yeah,
I
regs that
love
was
a
signed
copy
in
of that.
2016,
Give me a
given them authority ahead of time, as long as they follow the procedures.
Okay?
Okay, just one other thing, more like a question, because you guys have been on the board for a full 6 months now and everything else like that. This was just something that was occurring to me because I saw that solar ordinance that we're going to be passing on this. One of the other big things that was being pushed is that we needed more personnel help and everything else like that. And I noticed on the website, we've been advertising for a treasurer for 6 months. Have we even gotten any
We had
That would
two
be-
resumes,
candidates
and has anybody been
postponed
interviewed?
So, yeah, it's kind of
We've
a
been interviewed
person.
them?
No, we had two candidates. Circumstances required us to postpone the interview.
We actually have some people from the DCD and the Redevelopment Authority and the Local Government Academy coming in on Friday.
Okay, because I'd like to see at least some of the stuff that we still had hanging cleaned up before at least the end of this year.
Fair.
What's that?